Hello all. Good evening, or good late afternoon, to be more precise. I hope you're all well. You're very much invited to come closer, to come like really close so it gets cozy, because it's kind of cold. We can imagine this is an island and we're all on the island. Together. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun in the sun. Ooh, you're smiling in the sun Welcome, all. My name is Latedjou, and I will be inviting us into a moment of sounds with vocals, inviting us to just bring our own voices of our chests, of our hearts, of our bodies to commune in the space. The first song that I sang is called Smiling in the Sun. It's a song that I wrote as a mantra to myself. I connect very much to music that says very simple things that touch the heart, the soul, that accompany us through moments in life. The next song is called Tum Tum, because the main lyric is actually Tum Tum. It's one of the songs on the piece that is playing on the third floor. It was born as an improv, which is also a way that I connect with a lot to make sound. This next song is called A Beautiful State. It's a new song that I'm still experimenting with, and I'm trying it for the first time with more people than in my room. So I'm still trying things. Interestingly enough, this setup is very similar to the setup that I have these days in that room. I like to play with a lot of instruments and a lot of things, and lately I've been wanting to just play with the voice, to just explore the different things that the voice can be. And so, yeah, I've just been putting a carpet and this in my room, so it feels good to share. Let's see what it sounds like.
Thank you so much, everyone. Beata, maybe we can
Thank you.
stand in the center so everyone can see us. Thank you so much, Latedjou. Can we give her one more round of applause? That was beautiful. It's a pleasure for Beata and I to launch this publication. And I would like to acknowledge some of the people who contributed to this publication, the Seers exhibition publication, which basically documents and gives articulation and context for the exhibition that is currently on the third floor. First of all, I'd like to thank Farah, the external writers who we commissioned texts. So Farah Clémentine Dramani-Issaifou, who unfortunately couldn't be with us, for her beautiful text on the history of cinema and lens-based media on the continent of Africa. Can we give her an applause in absentia? And for the wonderful Panashe Chigumadzi, who's here, who was part of the proceedings earlier. Thank you so much for your text on Inzwa Unzwe, which is about listening, so thank you. A big shout out to Philip Kannemeyer, the wonderful Philip. Philip, just to say, every time a book is due, you get 1 billion phone calls from Philip every day until the print file is sent to the printers. And Philip has got the incredible role of connecting us to, he basically helps us with our production and gives amazing recommendations and knows everything you can possibly think of around paper and binding. So thank you, Philip. I would also like to acknowledge Rosemary. I've worked with Rosemary on several projects, including the When We See Us timeline. Rosemary is one of the best editors in Cape Town. And why we love working with Rosemary is that she has a very critical, curatorial, academic mind and background, and she's an archive, is it rude to say nerd? An archive. And so when Rosemary edits a text, it's not just proofreading. She really will challenge your writing and question you and look at dates and give really incredible suggestions. So thank you so much, Rosemary. I want to also thank Tandem Printers and also to thank Koyo Kuo, our director and executive, our executive director and chief curator for giving Beata and I this space to do this. I really appreciate it. And then I'm going to hand over to Beata.
Thank you, Tanda. This is going to be a quick one for me. I just really want to thank all of the Zeitz MOCAA curatorial team for the constant support in getting both the exhibition and this publication over the line, and all of the invaluable input that everyone from the team has put into the show and to this book. Tato, Kani, in absentia, Storm, and Lee, and Julia, who is production, registrar, collections, just a bit of everything. Just thank you guys so much. It's an incredible team. Rory, yeah, sorry if I'm gonna start forgetting names. Hi, Rory. And just everyone, there's too many names to name, from IA, Esther, Tiffany, Misha, Yvonne, to, like I said, production and registrar, just the entire Zeitz MOCAA team. Hi, Storm. Thank you so much for everything and all the contributions you guys have given to us. And I just also want to say a big thank you to Tanda. She held a lot in this, and it is a bittersweet moment that this is going to be her last project here. So I just want to say a big thank you to you, because this show wouldn't have been done without Tanda. So, thank you. And thank you everyone for coming, and the artist. I'm getting there. Thank you. thank you so much to all 7 artists for their work, their contribution, their time, for coming back here. For those who were able to be here in person, thank you so much. For those who weren't, I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you've given to this show and to this book, and just getting to know you over this last year has been really, really incredible. So thank you again to you. It wouldn't have been anything without you guys, so thank you guys so much.
The book is on sale at behind you, in front of the art education classroom. But before we all get up to get a book, I'm going to hand over to Koyo, who's going to do the toast.
Oh, I don't have much to say, really. As lots of you know, I'm a director here, but at the end of the day, it's the team that really does the work. And it is always my pleasure to open up spaces for brilliant curators to do amazing projects. So this project is in your name, Beata and Tanda. And of course, the book is available for acquisition if you would like. And